Hey folks, how you doing? Welcome. I have something very interesting. At least it's interesting to me. I spent a little time with this and I thought I would share this with you, so please stick around. I think you'll get a lot from this. Anyhow, so what this is in a nutshell is an anomalous voice comes over through the phone during an interview. Heidi Hollis of the Heidi Hollis Outlander show is interviewing Bonnie Meyer. This goes back, I think it was 2012, I believe. Anyhow, I contacted Bonnie, I think a couple years later, is what it was. So this is about this anomalous voice. That's what this is about. And it's not like anything you've heard before. When I heard this, I was going, what was that? Because I never heard anything like that before, at least that I could recall. Definitely have never heard anything like that in this incarnation. I'll just say that. It has this singing quality to it, and the language that's being sung or spoken, or I'm not quite sure how to put that, is like nothing I have heard here on earth. And it's faint, and it's a very short little moment that it occurs. And this first clip is is my correspondence. Well, it's brief. Basically, it's a question I'm asking Bonnie Meyer, and she replies to me about the question I'm asking in regard to this voice, if she knew who it was or what it was. So that's what's coming up first, and then we're going to go into different clips. So let's go to that one first. And stick around. It's going to be great.
During the show, I found a curiously strange voice coming over the video at 8:41, and I was wondering if you had some idea to what or who it could be. Nobody else seems to know. Peace, RK. From fly-by-night at new.r.com. To RK. Sent Tuesday, February 14, 2012, 3:42 and 58 seconds p.m. Subject: Bonnie Meyer on Heidi Hollis Outlander show. Hi Randy. Have no idea what or who it is. I did not hear anything while doing the show. What do you think it could be? Bonnie. I can't say, but it is interesting that it occurs during the time you're talking about Mon, etc. It has almost a chanting singing type quality to it, indeed strange. Peace, RK. This lasts for 1.3 seconds.
Okay, so let's take a look at Bonnie Meyer. A little short clip here, giving some background on her, and also the light side group that she's, well, I guess her and Edna initiated that, put that together from the beginning. I'm not quite sure about that. But anyhow, here's the next clip.
Alien Contact. The Messages They Bring. Copyright 2006 by Bonnie V. Meyer. Most of the UFO stories that have been told to the public are about terrifying alien abductions. Believe me when I say that there is another side to this story that has been overlooked by the media and publishers. When I first heard about UFOs, I believed that anyone who felt that life existed anywhere but on Earth was nuts. Bonnie's story is long but interesting. Her skepticism is typical of those beginning their journey as a truth seeker. In fact, she thought those involved that believed in UFOs were, well, as stated, was nuts, and her first intention was to inquire in order to help her poor delusional friend Edna. Long story short, she began to attend a UFO group through her friend Edna. After seeing a UFO in her backyard in Wisconsin, she became a believer, and after seeing the first few UFOs, she realized that almost every time she would go out into the country there seemed to be strange objects flying alongside her vehicle. Although she was still quite skeptical to who may be piloting these craft, the notion of humanoid human occupants from another world was a bit overwhelming. After other sightings, as well as a daylight sighting in an open field, her acceptance to various possibilities of the diversity of life forms in the universe grew. Eventually, after having several experiences, Bonnie and Edna began to do their own investigations. Because of the tactics they observed used by certain individuals, they decided they would not become members of any UFO organization. Mon. Mon is the name a female alien given to us to use because we needed a name to call her. Both Mon and I come from a planet called Zurich. And because of this being our birth planet, she was asked to volunteer and join this mission because it was felt that the channeling would be easier between the two of us. She looks relatively human and can pass for one. Mon has come to Earth several times to walk among us. She explained that it is hard for her to lower her vibration level, thus limiting her visit to a short period of time.
Okay, so you notice that it was mentioned that Mon was the name that was given to her contact. That's because they could not pronounce her name. So this is very interesting because just on that note, thinking of the Anahazi language and how everything is downstepped here, it's very important that we don't become critical or too obsessive about how to pronounce or sing using that language, because as an example, Ra, which is a downstepped tone, which is an inaudible tone, meaning that you can't speak it. It's inaudible, right? And it's downstepped. Ra, downstepped, is Melchizedek. And those are both downstepped terms that I'm using to communicate that concept. Are you following with what I'm saying? So let's not get too, concerned about how things are done perfectly here. It's more about the intention. That's the most important thing, okay? All right. So let's go ahead and take a look at the light side group, okay?
Our group has been training for many years with our alien contacts in order to prepare for the possible coming events. They have encouraged us to analyze our thoughts, action, and choices to be better able to walk our talk so that spiritual growth may occur. They have advised us that in these troubled times to come that the salvation of the soul will be far more important than saving one's physical body. They have taught us about free will, accepting full responsibility for choices and actions. They have also taught us the importance of honing our instincts and learning how to trust and follow them. They and we believe instincts are one's personal and direct line to the Creator. Unlike the negative aliens, our ET contacts do not tell us what to do or give us all our answers because they practice the universal law of non-interference. They do not abduct people, examine or experiment on humans, implant them or do anything that would cause fear, as this would interfere with humans' free will. Our alien contacts stated that the Creator created us. They had no part in our creation, nor have they altered our DNA over the years like many other aliens are claiming. Through our extraterrestrial friends, we have learned the purpose for our being here on this planet at this time.
Okay, so within the description, there will be a link to Bonnie's website. Okay, for those who would like to inquire further, you can find the link within the description. All right, so we're going to finally get into the interview clip in regard to the voice. All right, so I do a bit of analysis. All these are pretty short, but I think you'll really dig this. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into the interview clip for the voice.
No, I have had contact with basically three different types of being. One who, she said, call me Mon. She's very human looking, about 5 feet tall, blonde, blue-eyed, and very, very pretty. She looks to be about 23 years old, but she's got to be older than that, a lot older. And another one is, see, really have names like we do. They have names that aren't pronounceable in our language.
Mm-hmm.
They have names that aren't pronounceable in our language. Aren't pronounceable in our language. And another one is, see, really have names like we do. They have names that aren't pronounceable in our language. No, I have had contact with basically three different types of being. One who, she used to call me Mon. She's very human looking, about 5 feet tall, blonde, blue-eyed, and very, very pretty. She looks to be about 23 years old, but she's got to be older than that, a lot older. And another one is, see, really have names like we do. They have names that aren't pronounceable in our language.
Okay, so that was pretty cool, right? Yeah, I thought so. Anyhow, so what I did coming up, the last clip here, is that I improvised some music and I connected it to the voice, all right? And I called it koinonia. Koinonia is a Greek word for joint participation. Another word for being co-creative, co-creating, koinonia. Okay, so hopefully you enjoy this as well. Blessings to you so that you may be a blessing to others.